dreams come true. If you expect to achieve your goals, if you expect to reach your potential, if you expect to have your dreams come true, what I'm about to explain to you is mission critical. You must become a master at visualization. For those of you that are like, what the heck is she talking about? I did not sign up for some sort of meditation woo spiritual thing here. Don't worry. This is Mel Robbins. There's always science and research involved in everything that I talk about. So visualization is a extraordinarily powerful skill. You may have heard of the law of attraction. You may have heard of the word visualization. You may have heard of the word manifesting. I call it seeing signs. Your brain has a system in it. Here's the technical term. It's called the reticular activating system. It is a network of neurons all up in here. And what is the job of the reticular activating system? It is a filter system. It's basically a system that allows certain information in your brain, and it
Woo! Good morning, dreamers. Rise and shine another blessed and grateful day. Fresh start to the week. Happy Monday. Hope everybody's feeling good. Great start to the morning. Phenomenal weekend. Honestly, super fired up. Over the weekend, we took a chance to take the 3-hour drive all the way to Orlando to get around Teacup Blue, to get some energy, to get some next level information. And today, ready to go ahead and pour back into the family, explain a little bit of what is going to be going down over the next 75 days, right? Lou's about to go on a complete March Madness tour, and he broke down a lot of what's happening. So today, I'm going to give you guys a piece of what it is that he actually explained to us, what we went over on the Sunday call, and most importantly, getting into a brand new fresh start to the week. So let's dive in. Today's topic, as you guys can see, is the RAS. And if you don't know who is speaking on that video, that's Mel Robbins. So you guys can actually go back and check this video out. But this is so important to understand what our RAS is, but even more important is how to actually go out and utilize this thing, right? To leverage it for our advantage, because it can either work for us or it can either work against us. So great topic for today. Cedric in the building, Shane and Talina. Let's go. Johnny locked in. I love to see it. So let me get IG live. And let's go ahead and dive into today. We've got Arizona coming up in literally a month's time. Exciting times. A lot of amazing announcements are here and on the way. So let me get IG here. And let's get into it. Activate your RAS. Here we go. IG is here, fam. It's so good to see everybody. Happy Monday. So grateful for God. So thankful to be alive. So grateful to be on here with each of you. I'm so glad to be I don't know if you guys know this or not, but today I believe might be the day that Bitcoin surpasses an all-time high. And once again, I'm just looking around at so many people. Nobody's talking about it. Nobody's going crazy right now that Bitcoin's literally about to hit an all-time high. But we are right here, ready to take advantage, ready to go ahead and make the most of these times that we're living in. So there's a lot to be thankful for, a lot to be grateful for over these past 12, 13 days. Went through a lot of lessons, a lot of things to really just put into perspective, right? Even the littlest things like being able to call someone to say, I love you, being able to go ahead and give a hug to a loved one just means that much more, right? So I'm excited, fam. Let's go ahead and get into it. Remy, it's good to see you, Queen. Love it. So today, fam, we're going to be talking about the RAS, right? The reticular activating system. And the first thing I want to go ahead and start out with what Teacup Blue was talking about for the next 75 days. We're essentially going to be going on a blitz, right? If you guys have actually noticed, whether we're in network marketing, whether we're talking about building a body, whether we're talking about building a business, it takes 90 days, Jojo in the building, to completely shift anybody's lifestyle. 90 days, all out, pedal to the metal. Think about like an airplane, right? They say an airplane has to go pretty much 100% down the runway until it's able to go ahead and lift off the ground, and then it's able to get to a level where now it can coast. Well, the same thing goes with our business. The same thing goes with our fitness. That's why the 75 challenge is right about that 90-day mark, because after that 75 to 90 days, it becomes normal. And actually, can I get some 777s down below for my 75 hard challengers? I know for a lot of you, this is going to be your week to go ahead and actually get across the finish line. I love it. Lovely. It's good to see you. Definitely fired up to go ahead and catch up today and get a game plan for AZ. Shout out to you guys. That's not easy. It's not easy doing 2 workouts a day. It's not easy reading every day. It's not easy drinking a gallon. It's not easy taking a progress picture. I'm honestly excited to see your progress pictures. Day 1 to day 75, because I've seen it all in the chat already. And I believe when you take that and you look at one from here to here, it's 2 completely different people. And the best part is, it's not even just physically. And I'm sure you all noticed that by now. Drop a 5 down below if you guys have noticed over this 75 challenge, if you've been able to completely shift your thinking completely when it comes to the diet, when it comes to getting up early, when it comes to talking about doing something and actually doing it. I think that's one of the best things about the Hard 75 is being able to say we're going to do an action and we complete it. And it's 5, not easy, but 5 simple things that any of us can do. And that momentum just continues to build. And the reason why any of you guys are able to go ahead and accomplish this challenge is because the RAS has shifted. You see, the RAS stands for Reticular Activating System. So I want to give everybody an example right now. You ready? Let me show you how to turn on your RAS. Perfect example. If I were to just ask any one of you right now, find me the color green. Already you guys looking at it, you're like, yo, D, I see the trees, I see the bushes, I see a whole bunch of green things around you, and you almost blocked out every other color, but you could literally focus on this green that was right here. Isn't that interesting? This is the RAS. If we didn't have a reticular activating system, when we went on a page like Facebook and there's the ad over here and the banner over here and the link over here and the Facebook video down here, our brain would explode if we took all of these things in for face value, if we took all of these in at the same time. So what our brain does is it sifts through what it is that we want to accept and what it is that we want to reject consciously. Subconsciously, everything gets accepted. But at a conscious level, this is important to realize, because when you start to understand this, life starts to shift. I'll give you an example. How many of you guys have ever got a new car, right? Maybe you just went to the dealership and you bought it, and all of the sudden you start seeing that car everywhere, right? Whether it was a Tesla, maybe you guys got a new truck and you're like, man, that BMW, it's like they just produced 1,000 more of them. Here's the difference. They didn't produce any more of those cars. Your BMWs everywhere, right, Cedric? Now all of a sudden you're like, man, I see the same model everywhere. It's not that model just got reproduced all of a sudden. It's your reticular activating system changed. Your brain now focus is dialed in on that model. So now when you're going out into the world, you're sifting through everything else, and it's almost like the BMW is highlighted. That car is highlighted. And it's easy to see. It's easy to find because the brain is focused on that. Why do you think in a race, horses wear blinders? So they can't look left. They can't look right. All they can do is focus on what's ahead of them. Well, this is what happens with our RAS. But the problem is, drop a 1 down below if you guys know somebody that's ever maybe been through a period of life, and it seems like that situation has had them stuck for maybe days, weeks, months, maybe a year plus. If that situation's been able to literally just pull them and get them paralyzed for that long of a period of time. I know a few like that, right? A couple family members. I've seen multiple individuals throughout my life. And here's what I've started to realize. The reason why it's easy to get stuck, the reason why it's easy to go ahead and just get in that shell and stay there is because of the RAS, the reticular activating system. You see, the focus is on the negative. The focus is on what's not going right. The focus is on the what ifs. What if it doesn't work out? What if life continues to just pour all of this negative things on me? And guess what? What we think about, we bring about. So if we keep focusing on what's going wrong, what's not working out in life, guess what God is going to do? He's going to bring us more things to complain about. That's why they say life and death is in the power of the what? Of the tongue. I learned that a handful of years ago when I was living out of my car. Even though life can be heck in a handbasket, to be able to speak the truth, to be able to speak positive, to be able to speak faith. Now, this is one thing. Yes, it's way more easy said than done. I trust me, I went through it the past 13 days. I had some negative thoughts creep in over the course of these past 2 weeks to a month. But I also understood where focus goes, energy flows. That's how Murphy's Law works. If we keep saying, why does life keep happening to me? Life is going to keep pouring on more things to keep saying the same thing. But if we can say, I know my time is coming, I know no storm lasts forever, I know that it takes a storm for a rainbow, there's a lesson. There's something to be learned. Family, I learned so much over the past 2 weeks from being at a different point, from being a little bit stressed out, from being worried to not knowing what's going to happen in the future. It took a different type of faith. It took a different type of energy. It took a different relationship with my creator. So I wholeheartedly believe that whatever's happening in life right now, there's something to learn. There's always something underneath the surface that we can go ahead and take from that scenario, from that situation. But it's the RAS. What are we focusing on? So here's what Bob Proctor talks about. He said, everybody's going to go through storms. Jim Rohn says, everybody has the winds of life. The difference is, how do we direct our sails to use that wind to actually propel and push us forward? Well, here's what Bob Proctor talks about. He says, writing a goal card. Shane, you remember writing the goal card and putting it on the ceiling? So as soon as you wake up, the first thing that the eyes would see, boom, is the goals. So imagine if we had a goal card every day that we read multiple times a day. Brushing our teeth with our opposite hand, reading the goal card, right? Getting up in the morning, journaling our goals, journaling our vision. Bob Proctor used to carry his goal card in his wallet. So anywhere that he was at, he could always pick it up and look at it to program his subconscious mind to always have his goals at the forefront of his imagination. And Napoleon Hill talks about this. Think and Grow Rich talks about that. Waddles D. Waddles talks about, he said, one of the toughest things for man or woman is to hold a sustained thought, a sustained energy for a long enough period of time for that to manifest. And if you really think about it, it's so true. That's why there's the 5%. Because it takes a different type of discipline, it takes a different type of heart, it takes a different type of passion and love and connection to be able to stay focused with all this noise. There's a lot of noise in the world right now. It's not hard to find negativity. I can see negativity in 3 seconds going on Instagram, going on Facebook. I can see it going out into the world, listening to any conversation. You turn on the news, forget about it. You're not going to be able to run away from it. But to know that we can't control everything that happens externally, but if there is one thing in life, one thing, you guys know this, right? There's only one thing in the world that we can control. Only one. It's right here. 6 inches. I can't control anything else that happens. I can't control getting out and driving to the gym after this. God forbid, I don't know what's going to happen. I can't even eating fruit. I can go in and eat an amazing piece of fruit. That fruit could still end up giving me food poisoning. So you never know. But there is one thing that we can control. It is the mind and how we either react or how we respond to everything in life. So my goal with today's training is this. We're on the 75-day hard challenge that we're wrapping up this week for a lot of you. It's incredible to see. It's amazing to see. But we're also going to be doing it again. We're going to be doing another 75-day hard challenge. It's already been dropped in the chat. You guys can see it. It's right down there with the PDF. And it's really 5 simple things. Once again, for those of you that are looking to build another stream of income, for those of you that are looking to impact lives, right? Jim Rohn says it best. Service to many leads to greatness. You know, I was talking to Teacup Lou this weekend in Orlando, and he just went on a 20-country tour, bouncing around, speaking all over the country in front of 5,000, 7,000 people. And he said a lot of similar things. And one of the biggest things that he taught me is the power of not just multiple streams of income, but also the power of residual income. You see, if people knew the power of residual income, they would run through brick walls to go out and get it. Residual income means we can do the work one time and we can get paid month after month. You see, that doesn't exist in really any other job. You think about a sales job. I used to work at some phone stores, right? When I sold somebody a phone, I only got paid one time. But they got signed on to Verizon. They're paying Verizon every single month. We only got paid one time. You see, in an industry like we're in right now, like MLM, me loving more, moms loving moms, mentors leading mentors, this is real residual income, right? So the beauty of this was we can take residual income, we can fund our trading account, we can fund our business, we can fund our ad accounts for e-commerce, not even using our money, simply by being able to not just utilize the information that we have, by being able to go ahead and share the access that we have. Look at JoJo, up almost 1.2K in residuals in a month. Let's go. Let's go. Draw some fires down below. What we celebrate, we accelerate. And that's just the beginning. There's more of that on the way. So this is huge. This is really crucial to understand. Think about it like this, okay? If you guys want to go make residual income, okay? I have a house right here. If I wanted to go ahead and rent this house out, this house is about $700,000. How much rent do you think I'm going to be able to make for this house? Drop it down below. This is really interesting. How much rent can I make if I put this house on the market and get a tenant right now? You guys have an idea? I'll give you a rough example. Let's just say I could rent this out for $2,000. Not bad. Let's talk about a $300,000 house. A $300,000 to $400,000 house that can run out for $1,000 to $1,500 depending on your city and depending on where you live. $300,000 to $400,000, you can make $1,000 to $1,500 a month roughly in my city where I live. Okay. In this business, you can go out and you can go hit a $300 monthly raise, $600 monthly raise, $1,000 monthly raise in the span of the next 30, 60, 70 days, without a doubt. In fact, my mentor said it right. He actually said it this morning. He said, every single one of you, you have the access. We have the tools in our tool belt to go make an extra $5,000 a month in our business in the next 90 days. Every one of us. And if you think about it, in this company, that's only impacting literally right around 200 lives. Think about that. Around 200 lives is an extra $5,000 a month. Now, some of you might be thinking, well, 200, I don't even know 200 people. Some of you guys put out a story, you have 500 viewers on your story. You might have one person in your network that has 2,000 friends on Facebook, 5,000 friends on Instagram, 1,000 friends on his YouTube. That's an access to almost 10,000 eyeballs to now see the potential of diving into. Let me ask you this. Don't you think people in your circle, on your social media, want to learn about crypto? Crypto's about to hit an all-time high. Don't you think individuals in your circle of influence want to learn how to make multiple streams of income, want to learn how to make money from home, want to learn how to go ahead and multiply their income, want to learn how to make residual income? Right, here's the acronym for residual income. Rich. You ready? Rich is residual income creates happiness. That's the acronym for rich. The acronym for poor. Passing over opportunities repeatedly. How many of us know individuals like that? That used to be me. I know what it's like to pass on opportunities. I know what it's like to be close-minded. You know what Albert Einstein said? He said one of the most expensive things that anybody can own is a closed mind. Think about that. It's not a Lamborghini. It's not going to buy. One of the most expensive things that anybody can own in 2024 is having a closed mind. Not knowing you could learn about one coin that could 10x your money. You could introduce one person into this business that not just changes your life, not just changes their life, but leaves a huge imprint on countless others. So the goal with today, dream much bigger, much sooner. Let's get intentional. And for the 75 days, let's really lock in. Let's make the most, because everybody always says it. The beginning of the year always ends up dictating the end of the year. So what we do these first couple months is going to dictate 2024. So let's keep up this momentum. Let's keep up this fire. Let's keep throwing this energy into the pot. And I'm telling you, this is going to continue to build and smoke. And this is why they say, light ourselves on fire and the world will come and watch us burn. So family, I love you guys. I appreciate you. Hope you have a phenomenal day. Anything you need, I'm here for you. And stay tuned for the schedule, right? We've got a huge schedule launching for this week. It is down in the chat already. And I will see you guys at 8 p.m. for our Monday night momentum with actually the man, the myth himself, Mr. T Cup Lou. So if you guys are ready, if you're fired up, let me see some threes down below. Drop some hearts, smash that like button. Let's have a phenomenal day. Remember, we can be, do, and have anything we can hold in our mind. We can hold it right here in our hand. See you guys tonight. It's game time. Let's go.